Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. And today, we are finally going to look at the 2020 Ford Escape. I've been waiting for a long time for the 2020 to come out. You guys know I love my Escapes. And I could say that these new 2020s are definitely different from, well, the Escape that I had, which was a second generation Escape. But it's also a lot different from the most recent generation. I'll show you what we got. So obviously sitting here, this is a 2019 Escape, one of the few 2019 Escapes that are left here. And as you can see, sitting between it are two 2020 Escapes. So there's a few that we've got that are coming in. We've got a lot of red ones, a couple of black ones, and that's it. There's a blue one up front that they're putting on display. But we're going to drag out this silver one right here. That's the one that we're going to go and take a look at. So yeah, just by quick comparison, you know, the old Escape here and comparing it to the new one, it's almost like an entirely different car. It's amazing. Okay guys, so here it is. This is the 2020 Ford Escape. This particular one here is an SE. I did pick an SE obviously because I think the SE is going to be probably your most common trim out on the road. We have two SELs. One of them again I think is up front on display and the other one's back here, but I just decided to go with the SE trim. So yeah, the styling definitely a lot different. It's like I said, the new generation Escape looks nothing like the previous generation. It actually, in my opinion, looks more of a crossover, maybe between, well, definitely an edge. I see an edge toward the back. It looks like the back end of an edge, or similar to an edge. The front, I don't know. It almost looks like a Focus. It actually looks pretty happy. It's a happy looking car. So the headlamps up front, they're halogen on the SE models, but they do have the beams, halogen beam, and it's got LED signature lighting, which will be placed underneath. A large gloss black mesh looking grille, and of course lower air damps. No fog lamps on this particular one here. The overall side profile definitely has more curves, I think, compared to any of the other Escapes that were out there. Like I said, right around there I see the edge, right at the back, you know, little quarter window there, and it just looks like the edge. But I like it. The more that I see it, the more it starts to grow on me. But the weird thing is, it makes it kind of look smaller than the previous Escape. But it's got black cladding around the wheel wells and down toward the lower end of, you know, near the rocker moldings and stuff. It's got color matching door handles. Surprisingly enough, this one actually has a keyway. So I wasn't expecting that. It's got color matching mirrors with black accents. They are powered. Comes equipped with the blind spot monitoring system, so we do have our blind spot indicators. Above the rear window there is somewhat of an upper rear spoiler. The back, the tail lamps are LED. We've got the Escape name printed right across the belt line, which looks pretty cool. Red reflectors placed within the rear bumper, or close to the rear bumper, rear fascia I should say. Dual exhaust with silver accenting. Let's have a look inside, shall we? So this particular one came off the truck not too long ago, so there's still packaging and stuff sitting throughout. But yeah, so here's the inside of the 2020 Escape. Again, there's nothing in here that carries over from the previous Escape. In my opinion, there's really nothing even remotely close. Everything is brand new, newly designed. No characteristics at all are carrying over. So this SE features these cloth appointed seats in the dark earth gray color scheme with the black accenting, of course. I do like this new pattern. It's very bumpy, like ridgy. It kind of reminds me of something that was from like the 90s, but portrayed something from the future, I guess, when I look at it. So I guess the future is here. And the driver's seat is powered. Power backrest, and of course your lumbar support as well. A door trim, again, it's got some of these ripples in it. But we got a metallic door handle, your door lock controls, your power windows and mirrors, and a door pocket with several cubbies, I guess. In the back, it looks like there's a lot of legroom back there. So the nice thing about these rear seats too now is, you know, the seats, you can actually recline them. I can't do it with just one hand, so I'm gonna sit in here for a second. And yeah, so we're gonna recline the seat back a little bit so you can see, you know, you can see the gap there. So they recline slightly. Bring it back up some. And also you can move them forward and backward. So just like, you know, your front seat, you grab the bar underneath and you can move it up if you need more room in the back, or if the person back here, I don't know, wants to be closer to the front. So you can see the difference in the bench seat back here, and then that's all the way back. So yeah, there's quite a bit of room back here. You also have two air vents, a 12-volt power outlet, and no maps, one map pocket. Center armrest with two drink holders. I do like the way the dashboard looks. I think this new design is just awesome looking. I think this came from, you can definitely see some of the EcoSport dashboard characteristics in this. Even with the gauges though. The gauges also have the look that was, I think, first found on the EcoSport. Or the Fiesta also overseas. We don't have the Fiesta anymore over here, but the new Fiesta, which is still in production overseas, also still has a very similar design setup when it comes to the dashboard and such. So the instrument cluster consists of an 8,000 RPM tach, your coolant and fuel level gauges down below, and a 140 mile per hour speedometer. Of course done in a luminescent fashion with light blue needles, or ice blue I should say. So the center information display here includes your odometer, your outside temperature, how many seatbelts are buckled throughout the car. So that's pretty cool. You also have a compass down at the corner. And this screen, I do believe, is some sort of driver assistance screen. But you can also view your audio information, which at the time is on the Sirius preview station, so there's nothing there. Your phone information, vehicle information, which includes the seatbelts, auto start stop, your driver alert, my key info, tire pressure, and oil life monitor. And of course you've got your trip computers. And your view, which at this point has a speedometer, but you can also, which also includes the Echo Coach. You can have it with your trip and audio. Just your fuel economy. or just the digital speedometer. Oh, or your calm screen, which I'm pretty sure just kind of keeps it blank like that. The 4-spoke wheel has your cruise controls over here, as well as your audio, or your volume controls I should say, including a mute. And over here, these are the controls for your driver information display, your voice command, your hands-free phone, and track or channel, skip. I must say the steering on this thing, just from sitting, very, very easy. I mean, there's really nothing to it. There's barely feels firm. How it feels on the road, not sure. Hopefully in the near future I can take this out for a test drive and get a feel for how these handle on the road, but just from sitting here, it's pretty much effortless. Over to the left, we have our automatic headlamp controls over here, as well as your interior dimmer switch, turn signal stalk, and on the end of the turn signal stalk, you have your lane departure control. This SE has the 8-inch touchscreen. I'm not 100% sure if all SEs at this point come with the touchscreen, but all of the ones here I've seen, I do believe, have this screen, and it's got the redesigned sync, infotainment system here. So right now, like I said, it's on the Sirius. One thing that I'm kind of bummed out about is, will it let me do it now? Yeah, I think it will. It wasn't letting me go to different channels at first. Okay, so you can see how different the display is nowadays. The new system, while it's still very similar to the old system, it's also different in just the way it looks. But a lot of the, the layout, like down here and stuff is similar, but just the graphics for the most part are different. So yeah. So there's that. Of course, when it's in reverse, there is a backup camera. And then below this, we have our volume and additional audio controls placed up here, along with your emergency hazards sitting there. And then down here, we have our single zone climate controls, automatic climate controls. This one has heated seats. Down below, we have our micro USB, I think that's what these are called. So our micro USB port, 12-volt power outlet, and a large storage space. The center console, the Escape now has Ford's rotary shifter. And behind that sits your parking brake, and this one also has the auto hold feature now. So if the car is in drive and you let your foot off the brake, she's not going anywhere. So it holds the brakes for you until you hit the gas, and then that's when it'll move. So pretty nifty feature. Foot's off the brake, not going anywhere. There's also a little indicator that pops up on the message display that shows you that the auto hold is on. That feature is only available when the car is in drive. Does not work in reverse. So we got a parking brake, the auto hold. This, I believe, is our different drive modes. So if we push that button there, it goes from normal to eco to sport to slippery to deep snow and sand, which turns off the traction control apparently. So that's it. Next to that is the auto start stop override, and then 2 cup holders. The center console opens up to a wide storage compartment with a regular USB port placed within. Glove box is deep. So there's still a pretty nice amount of room in the back of the Escape. There's a 12-volt power outlet placed off to the left. Storage compartments on the sides. Under the floor. Oh, it pops out. So you got your spare tire under the floor, along with more storage compartments. Got a couple up there when you slide the floor out. Your emergency fuel funnel. And of course, if we go back to the second row, you want to get more cargo. Pull up on the lever to fold the seats. So this Escape also inherits the new pull twice designed to open the hood. So you pull it once, it initially unlocks it. If you pull it again, it unlocks it a second time. So there's no trying to, fumble around under here trying to find a hood release. You just come over here and lift it up. So this is the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder. The one thing that I really like about this new generation Escape is there's more room under this hood to work under. The majority of a lot of stuff under the hood of the previous Escape is hidden by the windshield cowl, like the battery. So this just looks a lot more organized. There's a lot more room to work on and such. So there you go. So the one thing that I have noticed, even though I haven't really, obviously driven this vehicle yet for real, but I feel like the seating position is more of a car-like seating position rather than an SUV. And I'm not real sure if it's because, the other Escapes did seem more SUV-like. Like even the last generation Escape seems a little more SUV-like. But sitting in here and, looking out over the hood, the longer hood and such, I don't really feel like I'm off the ground as much as I used to in an Escape. I feel more so like I'm sitting behind the wheel of a car. So it's very interesting. It's a very interesting feeling. Even though this is an SUV, you get outside, you look at it, it definitely doesn't really look like it's, like a car. But it feels like a car to me when I'm sitting behind it. So, I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and put it back now. Guess I can take you guys on the short ride back to where we picked it up from. We'll go run this way. This is all gravel and stuff back here, obviously. Should be doing some backlot cars today. Got quite a few interesting ones, so maybe later this week I'll try to get some backlot cars for you. There we go. Of course, the sun's in the way. Sorry about that. Well, we'll take it down here, down to the back 40, as I like to refer to it. You can see it's actually pretty quiet, even though we're not really going that fast, but you can barely hear the engine. You might hear it more on the camera, but in person, the engine is super quiet. Yeah, there's very few 19 Escapes that we have left, so the 20s are going to be really coming in with vengeance here not too long. Alright, so I gotta go ahead and back it in. I'll be with you guys here shortly. Perfect. Alright, so that was just a quick overview of the 2020 Escape SE in particular. And yeah, like I said, maybe soon I can see if I can take one of these out for a test drive. Since we looked at the SE, maybe I'll try to get my hands on one of the SELs. I think this one, yeah, this is the one SEL. You can just see the wheels are different compared to what we were just looking at. So, and I know, yeah, this one, it's got the leather. I know it's hard to tell through the window, but you know, leather. Maybe we'll try to get our hands on this one maybe this weekend. No guarantees, but I definitely want to drive one of these, and of course if I want to drive it, I'm gonna make a video about it to let you guys know my thoughts and takes on it. But you know, I've always loved the I walked through a cobweb, I think. I've always loved the Escapes, and you know, maybe one day I'll get another one. But I like it. I like these new ones so far. The way that they drive is obviously going to be the final determining factor. So guys, I think that's it. I'm going to go home now. It's starting to get a little late. Well, it's not that late. It's like after 5:30, and as you can see, the sun's already going down. Ugh, I hate it. Hate it when we get closer to the end of the year. So if you guys enjoyed this, if you guys found it informative about the new Escapes and whatnot, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Also check out teespring.com/stores/Mike's Vehicle Spotlight for all of your MVS and vlog merchandise. That's all I've got today, guys. So I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.